Now, talking about Groundhog Day, there was one of those at New York at the United Nations headquarters over the past 24 hours when Joe Biden made his final speech to the General Assembly. Have a look at him praising himself, I think.
This summer, I faced a decision whether to seek a second term as president. It was a difficult decision. Being president has been the honor of my life. There's so much more I want to get done. As much as I love the job, I love my country more.
Oh, give me a break, Justin. He did it for the country. He wants to get more done. Like, what's he done so far, apart from...
What's left to destroy?
Allow Russia to take Ukraine and everybody to declare war on Israel.
Look, I don't think Joe needed to go around patting himself on the back, but I've got to say that I really think the more that time goes on, and I'm no big fan of Joe Biden, I think that what he actually did was commendable, because I think very, very few people... I know he was pushed into it. There's no doubt about it. And he had very few choices. But could you ever imagine the orange one ever turning around and saying, hey, listen, I'm getting too old for this job. I can't do it anymore. He would cling on to power, and we've already seen him do that in a very atrocious fashion. Cling on to power in any way he could. I think Biden actually... I think this one, he does deserve the pat on the back.
Well, especially when a week later he'd forgotten he'd done it and someone had to remind him. Let's go to another bloke who's a lot younger and sharper, but he's getting himself into a lot of strife very quickly as the Prime Minister of the UK. That's Labor's Keir Starmer. And what about this shocking gaffe?
I call again for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the return of the sausages, the hostages.
The return of the sausages? I mean, Liz, look, let me at least say I'm pleased that he's putting the return of the hostages front and centre, but what a slip of the tongue. What a shocker. What's going through his head?
He appears to be reading from an auto cue.
Yeah.
So the words sausages and hostages aren't remotely spelt the same, even if they sound slightly
this
similar.
Is a long
it goes to show you politicians are human, but also whereabouts in your brain wouldn't you be thinking nowhere in this speech is there a reference to sausages? Especially not now when I'm making I'm the Prime Minister of the UK and I'm calling for a ceasefire and I'm calling for the return of the hostages. It's a very, very strange slip-up.
It's a bad slip-up. He's got some more serious fundamental problems going on there too that we'll talk about on the program tomorrow night. But that is all the time we've got for Wrangling tonight. Thanks so much, Justin Smith and Liz